In the dimly lit backstage area of an old, decrepit theater, the members of the rock band Eclipse prepared for their most anticipated performance yet. The air was thick with anticipation and the scent of stale beer, a stark contrast to the electric energy that coursed through the crowd beyond the curtains. Little did they know that tonight's concert would turn into a nightmare they would never forget. As the band took the stage to a roaring crowd, the spotlight illuminated their lead singer, Alex, and their music began to fill the theater. Unbeknownst to them, among the sea of fans stood a woman named Cassandra. Her long, dark hair hung like a curtain over her pale face, and her eyes, rimmed with dark circles, were fixed solely on Alex. Cassandra had followed Eclipse for years, but she wasn't an ordinary fan. She possessed psychic abilities that bordered on the edge of madness. Over time, her obsession with the band had grown into something sinister, a dark fixation that fueled her powers. As the band played on, Cassandra's grip on reality slipped further. Her psychic abilities allowed her to manipulate the thoughts and emotions of those around her. She began to project her thoughts into Alex's mind, causing him to falter in his performance. Beads of sweat formed on his forehead as he struggled to maintain control. The audience, too, began to feel the unsettling influence of Cassandra's psychic powers. A sense of unease washed over them, and some even began to scream in panic for no apparent reason. Chaos erupted in the theater as fear and confusion spread like wildfire. Backstage, the band members realized something was horribly wrong. Their music had taken on a discordant, haunting quality, and they could feel an oppressive force suffocating them. They rushed off stage, desperate to escape the nightmare unfolding before them. But Cassandra, her powers now fully unleashed, had other plans. With a wave of her hand, she locked the doors to the backstage area, trapping the band members inside. Her voice, amplified by her psychic abilities, echoed through the theater, taunting them. "You can't escape me, Eclipse," she hissed. "I've waited for this moment for far too long." Terrified and cornered, the band members had no choice but to confront Cassandra. They soon discovered that her powers were not limited to mental manipulation. She could bend reality itself to her will, turning the theater into a nightmarish labyrinth of shifting walls and twisted corridors. As they navigated this surreal maze, Cassandra's presence became increasingly menacing. She manifested grotesque apparitions, whispered chilling incantations, and twisted their surroundings into grotesque visions of their worst fears. One by one, the band members were driven to the brink of madness, tormented by their own personal horrors. And all the while, Cassandra's malevolent laughter echoed in their ears. The night that had promised fame and glory had devolved into a never-ending nightmare. The members of Eclipse realized that they were not just facing a psychotic fan, but a psychic force of unimaginable power. Their only hope lay in confronting Cassandra and finding a way to break her psychic hold. But as they ventured deeper into the dark recesses of their minds, they understood that escaping Cassandra's clutches might come at an unimaginable cost. The theater had become a twisted realm where the line between reality and nightmare had blurred beyond recognition, and the fate of the band hung in the balance, trapped in a horrifying encore orchestrated by a deranged fan with powers beyond comprehension.